Welcome back. This is Susheta from Swami Vivekananda Institute of Modern Science, Department of Media Science. Today, we'll be proceeding further with the media laws, which is covered under the BMS and as well as the MMC, like the BSc Media Science as well as MSc Media Science. Today, we'll be discussing about the Press Council. So, when we talk about the media laws, so obviously the media is being like it is being operated by a council. So that is the Press Council, and the Press Council is guided by an act, which is the Press Council Act of 1978. So we are going to go further with the Press Council Act of 1978. What does it say? Now, what is the Press Council Act and what is its purpose? So, an act established a press council for the purpose of preserving the freedom of press and of maintaining and preserving the freedom of press. So basically we have been talking about the freedom of press in our last tutorial. So when we are talking about freedom of press, so the freedom of press has to be preserved by somebody. Like if the press is not kept free, now if the press is somehow being guided by some miscellaneous force, so who is going to stop it, and how is press going to act in its own way? So that is the Press Council, who will basically help the press to work in a free manner. So it will be improving the standards of the newspaper and the news agencies, improving the standards of the news agencies in India. So it extends to the whole of India, and it extends to the whole of India. So when we are talking about the Press Council, it is applicable to the whole of India. Now, what is the definition of this Press Council? Now, definition of this Press Council is: chairman means the chairman of the council. Council means the Press Council of India established, which means that Press Council of India established under Section 4, subsection 4. Now, member means the member of council and includes the member, which is the chairman, as well as the other body corporate having perpetual, they have their perpetual rights and authorities. So the council shall be a body corporate having perpetual sessions and a common seal, and shall be said and a name and succession and the common seal, and shall be said and the name suitable and to be sued. Now, when we talk about the next part, the composition of the council. Now, what is the council comprises of? The council comprises of 28 members. The chairman shall be the person nominated by the committee. The chairman shall be a person who will be, consisting the chairman of the Council of States, consisting of council, which is like the RS, the Speaker of the House, which is the LS, the person Speaker of the House, the person elected by the members of the council, and then under subsection 6, the nominations, and so it will be made shall affect the nominations which are made shall take effect from the date on which it is notified by the central government, in date on which the central government or the official gazette. Now, what is the composition of the council? How do I said 28. How does the number 28 come into? It is like 13 plus 6 plus 1 plus 3 plus 5. Now, 13 shall be nominated from among the working journalists. 6 shall be 13 from nominated from the working journalists. 6 from the editors of the newspapers. 6 of them from the editors of the newspapers. Remaining 7 shall be working journalists, be editor of the newspaper. Remaining and they will be the number of editors, and 3 and 4 respectively. Languages shall be less than Indian journalists from other languages. So 6 shall be nominated from among the person who owns or carries among the persons of the business of the management of newspaper business of however they shall be 2 representatives from each categories of big newspaper, medium newspaper, or representatives of categories from small newspapers. 1 shall be nominated from among the person who manages news agencies. 3 from the person having special knowledge or practical experience, and 5 shall be from MP, of whom 3 shall be nominated by the speaker. So this is the composition of a press council out of 28, wherein 13 plus 6 plus 1 plus 3 plus 5. That's how the press council is being composed of. Then we'll come to terms of office and retirement of members. Now, the terms of office. Chairman will be, well, like how many years a person will be there in chair as a member of the press council. So the office of the chairman will be for 3 years. So the chairman will be the chairman of that council for 3 years. His office is for basically 3 years. So the next is their members. Members are going to be there in their chair for 5 years. Okay. So now the objectives, objects and functions of the council. So basically what are the objectives? So to preserve the freedom of press and to maintain the standards of newspapers, news agencies in India. 2, to help newspapers and news agencies to maintain their independence. 3, to build up a code of conduct. 4, to ensure the part of newspaper or news agencies or the journalist to maintain high standards of public taste. 5, to encourage growth of sense of responsibility and public for the public service. So these are the basically the objects and functions of a press council. Now when we talk about the objects and functions, the 7th point, to keep under view case of assistance received by any newspaper or news agency in India from any foreign sources, including such cases as news agency in India from any other which has to be brought into notice. Number 8, to undertake studies of foreign newspapers, including those brought out by any embassy or other representatives of India. 9, to promote proper functional relationship among all classes of person. 10, to concern itself with developments such as concentration or other ownership, other aspects of ownership of newspaper. 11, to undertake such studies as may be entrusted to the council and to from the council and to express its opinion in regards to any matter referred to by the Central Express. So these are basically the objectives and function of the press council. Now what is their power? So as we understand, when the press council was formulated, so it has its power, like it will have its power on the newspaper and all the news agencies for their freedom. The journalist has to have their proper knowledge, they will have to do their work properly, they will have to the journalist has to have their ethics and the public professional ethics, and they'll obviously they will not go for any misconduct, and the working journalist has to commit their professional conduct, and the editor or the journalist concerned they'll have to be satisfied with the necessities to be done. They know that the press is always a whistleblower. They will be the person who will notify the public about what is right and what is not. So this has a lot of responsibility to be done. So this is when power comes with responsibility. So if there's a power, there will be responsibilities, and that has to be taken care of. You cannot move out of your responsibility. So general power of the council. So what are the absolute general power of the council? So it's same power throughout India. It's like a civil court. We're trying to, it will be trying to take up the civil procedures. So summoning and enforcing of attendance of the person, requiring this and discovering of inspection of documents, receiving evidence or affidavits, requisiting of any public records or copies thereof from any court, issuing commissions for the examination of witness or documents. Nothing in subsection 1 shall be deemed to compel any newspaper. So that is absolutely, you have to take care of, there should not be any compulsion. So disclosure of source of any news or information of any news published in the newspaper has to be it has to be disclosed. So every inquiry held by the council shall be deemed to be judicial proceeding. The council may, if it considers necessary for the purpose of carrying it out. So like carrying it out what? So carrying out the functions of under this act. So these are the absolute general powers of the council. Now, how does this press council work? So, where the fund and the budget and the annual report of the council. The council shall have its own fund. It will be fees collected from all. Absolutely, the council shall prepare in such a form that at each time the year, council will be in a position to prescribe budget with respect in the financial year. So they'll be there having their own budget. The council shall prepare once this their annual report will be prepared once every time. It's an annual report, so it will be prepared once in a year. So it is like it's the press council, so it will work as a civil council. It's very easy to understand. There's nothing much to it's not referred to any sections. It's absolutely easy as per the normal corporate type. So what are the miscellaneous provisions of the council? The miscellaneous provisions that the council may prepare an interim report. The accountants of the council shall be audited by CAG, and every member of the council shall be considered as public servant as per section 21 of IPC. So every person of the press council will be a public servant. They are answerable to the public. So the RTI Act is absolutely, you can file a case, or you can ask any of the member of the press council under the RTI Act that your right to information. If you need any information, you can ask them because they are a public servant. Now, powers of the suo motu action. The chairman will obviously have a suo motu action in respect of any matter which falls under the mischief or the respect of any matter which thereof under section 14.1 or 13.2. So that's the suo motu option of the press council, or which is basically the power of the chairperson. Now, regulation under the press council. So these are the following regulation under press council, which is under Press Council Act of 1978. The press council procedure for nomination of members, which is 1978. The press council rule of 1979. The press council procedure and inquiry regulation of 1979. The press council procedure for conduct of meeting and business, which is a regulation of 1979, and the press council budget and accounts rule of 1981. So that is all with the press council. So thank you for now, and I'll be back again with another tutorial video which will be dependent on the typical media laws. Thank you.